Hi, this is Keith with Pharmacy-Tech-Study.com, and this video is about a question that involves mixture math, and it's kind of a different question than what you normally see, and I'll show you why. The question asks, or it says, you need to use 3 solutions of drug H, and they contain respectively 50% strength, 20% strength, and 5% strength. And you need to use all 3 in order to make a 600 milliliter batch of 10%. How much of the 50% will you use? Okay, so we have 3 different strength solutions that we have to use, and we have to end up with one desired strength of a certain quantity. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to work on that. Okay, so what we're going to do is use an alligation. Okay, so the way that works is we'll go ahead and put our higher strengths up top, our desired strengths here in the middle, and our lower strength here on the bottom. Alright, so this looks a little bit different than a normal alligation, because normally you're only dealing with one higher strength and one lower strength. Okay, and so go ahead and make our tic-tac-toe grid. Alright, and so the first thing you have to do is you have to even out your alligation grid. It's top heavy at the moment, and so what we need to do is add another number down on the bottom left, and the lower strength that we have to work with is 5, so we're just going to duplicate that and put another 5 right there. Okay, and so the next thing we'll do is we'll work it diagonally, just like we normally do with an alligation, except for there's a little bit of a twist, so pay attention here. So going this way, what we've got is the difference between 5 and 10 is 5. The difference between 20 and 10 is 10. Okay, so now that was using the middle section. Now we're going to use the outer section and bounce it off of the middle and report the difference again. So the difference between 5 and 10 is 5. The difference between 50 and 10 is 40. Okay. Alright, so these are our parts over here on the right. Okay, so now what we can do, since both of these are 5, we'll go ahead and consolidate these parts so we have 50. Okay, so what we need is 5 parts, and 50. These are all divisible by 5, so we'll break down our numbers to make things a little more simple. So what we need is 1 part, and 10 parts. Okay. Okay, so what that means is that we have a total of 12 parts. And what we need to make in total volume is 600 milliliters. So we're going to divide 600 milliliters by 12. And that'll tell us how much each part is. Okay, so that would equal 50 milliliters per part. Okay, so then we look back up at our 50% strength, which is what the answer was asking us to report in, and we need 1 part. 1 part is 50 milliliters, so our answer is 50 milliliters. Okay, if it had been 2 parts, it'd be 100 milliliters, and so on. But anyway, so that's how we work this out. It's just like an alligation, except for you double up. Okay, and so we'll go ahead now and we'll check our answer using basic algebra. Okay, so remember each part was 50 milliliters, so we needed 1 part of the 50%, 1 part of the 20%, and then we needed, we needed 50 parts of the 5%, so that would be 500 milliliters of the 5%. And we need that to equal 600 milliliters of the 10%. But just to make it easier for everyone to understand, I'm going to make that X, and we'll remind ourselves that X has to equal 10%. Okay, so we do our math here. So 50 times 0.50 is 25. Here we got 50 times 0.2 is 10. 500 times 0.5 is 25. Okay, those numbers added together are 60 equals 600x, which we got from here. So we'll isolate x by dividing by 600 on both sides. Okay, so 0.10 equals x, and it looks like if you take this here and you check it against what we needed, it adds up. So our answer is correct. We didn't have to check it, but I wanted to show you that it was indeed correct, and this system actually does work.